Hey there, amplifiers. Kenny Harper here, and today we're going to be talking about really making sure that you're protecting one of the most important assets that you have. You create your business, and you do so by differentiating it and building a brand that people can know, like, and trust. But if you don't set yourself up for success, you can have other people copy, or you could potentially be copying other people, not even being aware of it. Either way, you want to make sure that you're doing the right thing so you can have a straightforward trajectory and not run into any walls. Our guest today is the founding partner at EmergeCounsel, LLC. He's a rockstar professional and really helps professionals protect their assets. And I'd like to welcome Growth Amplifiers, Stephen Weigler.
Hey, good to see you, Kenny. Thanks for hosting me today. Just trying to get over the Memorial Day weekend when I was schlepping sand and fixing my backyard and going back to the grind of everyday business. Hi, everyone. My name is Steve Weigler again, and I'm out of Denver, Colorado. My clients are all over the United States and the world. I focus, and I have an interesting background in the fact that I've been you. I was an entrepreneur and was relatively successful in my play. And I sat down and said, first, what elements of what I did made me successful, and what elements could I have used some work on? And when I looked at that, I realized the importance of, as an entrepreneur, sure, you might be an entrepreneur in for example, plumbing, but you start really either as a commodity, meaning anyone is substitutable, or you have nothing. And you basically build up a client experience. You build up a brand. And most entrepreneurs, unless they bought their business from someone else, started with having to build their own brand. Now, a lot of people think a brand is just the name of the company or the logo. But no, if you look at what marketers consider, and I certainly learned and read a lot about marketing, is that the brand is the entire client experience. And so, and now what I do, and I do some M&A work, is when a business is going to buy your business, which to a lot of you is the holy grail and a good idea, they're going to look at what the value of the brand is. And so the most important thing, Kenny, for your audience is that they really look at what are the elements of my brand. And it's my understanding that Kenny is very helpful in that area. But a lot of the brand, and then looking at what the elements are. So it could be a name, it could be a logo, it could be you do certain operational things for the client experience. Those can all be protected. And so my job is to take the essence, the elements of the brand. It's hopefully tangible, something that we can get our arms around, and map that out and put it into a tight-knit sweater, because it could be trademark. Trademark protects brand names and logos, and sometimes even sounds and shapes. But it protects how the customer sees you. Copyright protects the materials. Patents protect inventions. So if you have the cure for cancer, that would be protected by patents. And trade secret is how you keep some of that stuff secret inside the organization. All that just pays off tremendously when it comes time to both grow your company and for mergers and acquisitions. Our big specialty is really trademarks, because protecting your brand name, protecting your logo is not only it's kind of the first thing you do, but it's also extremely cost effective. And we have a process which we use to do that, so the client knows, and it's under $1,000. So the client knows that the entire process is being handled by a qualified attorney for a kind of a value-driven or focused price. The this is not an area of law that they should look at themselves, your clients, just because there are so many twists and turns. It's like, hey, that's going good when you file your own USPTO application. And then the next thing you know, you screwed it up so bad that you were worse off than never have filing it, or you're getting sued. So it's something that every person should look at least consulting with an attorney. And what we do, again, I've been an entrepreneur. I know talking to an attorney is like the last thing that anyone wants to do in their day. And so we offer a free initial consult because we want to get to know you. We want to help you with your brand. If there's someone that needs to help you with your brand before you go through this process, we want to point that out. And we want to just get to know you and build that relationship. So talking to an attorney and going through the process is not torture. So again, the first thing we recommend is a trademark. And then other aspects are, a lot of our clients protect their instruction manuals, their artwork, their marketing materials. That can all be done through copyright filings. And if you see anyone using your stuff, then you can also sue them. And the damages are pretty easy to establish in copyright. They're not as easy in trademark. Patent is generally for only specific types of companies, and trade secret is always a really good thing if you have a group of employees that you really don't want them to emulate your company or how it works, to work on a trade secret agreement, so they would have issues if they went out to the general marketplace doing what you're supposed to do. And so that's also called non-compete. So that's basically the process. And we work a lot of times with marketers, but a lot of times we work with the general entrepreneur and help them just refine what are the pieces that you think are special about this company, and what can we, at the end of the day, monetize off your brand.
Even that's so powerful, because at the end of the day, I think you mentioned it very early in the conversation. If you do not differentiate your business from somebody else who does something very similar, it's going to come off as a commodity. And when you're a commodity, you got to compete on price, right? So you got to have a plan to how you're going to differentiate. But if you have a plan that you're going to differentiate, you got your secret sauce, you got to protect it. Otherwise, other people will say, let's do that. If you haven't protected it, you could have people take your great ideas and run with them, leaving you in the dust. So by taking the time to step back, think strategically, how can I work smarter, not harder? So powerful. And then how can I make sure that the energy and all the creativity that I put into action is protected? That's even working double smart. So if people want to learn a little bit more, maybe they want to take advantage of this free consultation and learn more about your company, where can they go and what could they do?
Sure. So there's a couple of things. There's a whole presentation on my website. I present with the Small Business University, and we have copyright to my presentation there. And so it's a whole hour presentation, kind of a workshop on how to do it yourself. That's found on my website, www.emerge, counsel, counsel.com. On the website at any time, if you want to just reach out to me, I'm glad to have a conversation, even if you're not ready to look at the branding and marketing side. If you just have any general questions, we are really transparent here. And because again, we want to build relationships. And just like when you go to, anyone, like Kenny, why did you pick to work with Kenny? It's like you need to build those relationships because Kenny's really good at what he does. So, but you're not going to start with feeling uneasy. And so we want to just understand where you are, what you need to do. So when you go to the website, again, www.emergecounsel.com, there's also numerous places on the website where you can just book some time with me. And there's also a number of other resources. For example, if you're an e-commerce seller, well, we have a whole section on e-commerce because we do a lot of e-commerce and it's different. If you're grooming your company for M&A, well, we have a whole section on our website for grooming your company for M&A. And we also have, like, if you're fighting with your partner or something, we also have a section on that, because these things all come up and we're here to service the entrepreneur.
Well, there you have it. take a few minutes to check it out. I've checked out the website, and they really do have a lot of great resources, blogs, ebooks, presentations, videos, and more. Go to EmergeCounsel.com. Stephen, thank you for sharing with Growth Amplifiers. We appreciate you sharing your insight, giving us some ideas to consider putting into action so that we can work smarter, not harder.
Thanks, Kenny. Always good to see you.
To show your support, take a moment to amplify this message by sharing it online. To connect with me or gain more business growth insights, visit www.growthamplifiers.com. Thank you for your support.